I am in northwestern Missouri at a buddy's property, and today we are getting into the field aspect of the name. I do not care whatsoever what we harvest, as long as it's legal. And I got my small game license a couple days back. So I think what's on the table is going to be rabbits, squirrels. I can do pheasant. I can do quail. We could even do a deer. But for right now, we're going to go out and see if we can't call up some coyotes midday. Here's the problem, right? So there was in the cabin an electronic call that I was planning on using, but a buddy of mine's son ended up taking it today because they're going to go out and probably call some coyotes. I don't know what to do with this. So they're going to go out and call some coyotes. So that left me without a call. I let my brother-in-law borrow mine a while back in Nevada whenever we were coyote hunting out there. So he's going to mail it back, but that'll take another couple of weeks. So we're going to do what Grandpa did, and we're going to mouth call without, a handheld call. So coyotes are curious. It's a canine. So I figure I just had this idea that I'm going to make a crying sound. And we're going to hope for the best. Fingers crossed. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll go rabbit hunting. Who cares? But I've got a couple of days up here, and maybe I can put out 2 videos from the trip. Maybe I only get to put out 1. This is either going to work or I'm just going to get made fun of, which I'm fine with it either way. But the call's going to sound something like this. So embarrassing. Yeah, that was awesome. So anyway, we are gonna use that sound and hopefully we can call something up. So this field over here, there's 80 acres, and I see coyotes out there all the time. Daylight, nighttime, doesn't matter. Actually, a couple weeks ago or a week ago, there was a coyote chasing a couple of does. And I've seen coyotes out here, but we've got 600 acres to work with, so we're just going to set up spot to spot. Stay with me. Locked. It's going to be easier without gloves, probably. Try not to scratch Mama's car. There was a couple of pheasant and quail hunters that came through here earlier today, so they may or may not have pushed out the coyotes. Seemed like really nice guys. I think they said they shot 7 quail. 7 quail and 1 pheasant. So good for them. It'll be good eating. I think I can only have 3. Okay. Cool. Let's hit. Alright, folks. We just got our bag set up. I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes before I start calling. But we got the trusty old 30-06 here. And I'll show you where I'm at. I've got kind of a low spot here set up where I can overlook the field. And I'm downwind of the bag, so in theory, if a dog comes in, they're gonna run downwind of the bag to see what it is, check it out. And hopefully, with this creek, they choose to stay upwind of me and not cross the creek, but we'll see how You can tell that there's coyotes in here. Something had a good dinner. We were just over there, right there. We're gonna move over here and see if our sound will reach a little better. Using this tree line to kind of block my view, or block their view of me. I was hitting that little hole right there. Shot now. I don't have to worry about those kids all the way over there. Worst case scenario, these things come over here, downwind, the wind's blowing like this. They come down here behind us, or they come in real fast right in that tree line. So we're gonna have to be quick on the trigger. We've sat in both these spots about 15 minutes apiece. I usually give them 15 to 30 minutes, just depending on the conditions, what's going on, time of day, wind. But I feel like every 400 yards you move is 400 yards in that direction, where maybe they didn't hear you on the first set. So we're gonna go way back up over here, and it's gonna be a nice long trek. It's gonna be about a mile on foot. We gotta cross the road, and we're gonna go down on the east side of the property. Maybe we can call something up out of the holler down there. Stay with me, guys. Yeah, the call thing kind of messed me up. They're naturally gonna look where the sound's coming from. That's why I got this, because hopefully it distracts them a little bit away from me, and if I'm in cover, they won't look directly at me. Sorry about the wind. I went to Baumgar's, Dick's Sporting Goods, 3 Walmarts, Family Center, and a couple other places. Be surprised in this area how hard it is to get a coyote call. I just don't understand. There's a ton of them out here. It's a pretty cool spot. Big sky, the sunrises and sunsets are full of all different sorts of colors, but it's almost deceiving. You look out over this field, you're like, oh, that's not too far. And then you walk it, completely different story. I bet it's a half mile over there, that tree line. Anyway, we're gonna pop right up over this ridge here, sit in some grass on a terrace, and there's another little creek that goes down through there. We're gonna see if anything's hiding and wants to eat. If this was a how-to video, y'all would hate me. Trying to stay on the back side of this ridge here. So nothing can see me walk up. I got a wind straight into my face. It was blowing this way earlier today. So we had a southwest wind. Now we got a straight south wind, which opens up all this. So I'm gonna have a full value wind going across. All right, so the third spot didn't work out. Everything that I was targeting was downwind, so I decided not to blow it all out and just kind of call it a day. So I went back to the cabin and kind of did a reset. I'm checking on another property up north, and I stumble onto, bam, a bunch of cows, and they're all loose. Well, about a week ago, I came up here and there was I think it was a colt, and that colt was out on the road and we ended up wrangling it. But this guy clearly thinks that he's got 12,000 acres and, you know, his property just extends, which I don't care. If anybody else, you know, has a problem with it, that's up to them. But I just thought it was cool because they're not stuck inside a barbed wire, and on 80 acres they can just kind of do whatever they want. But we're going to look around, scout tonight. I'm gonna check trail cameras, see what's on them. And because the bird hunters came in, I'm not complaining, but the bird hunters came in, they walked the whole property and all the CRP. I think that the coyotes and everything were kind of blown out of there, and the deer. So the third spot that I said I was going to is not gonna happen tonight because the wind is completely wrong. I went up onto that ridge that I told you guys about, and my scent was being blown right into where I was gonna start calling. So tomorrow we are going to coyote call a little bit, and since I don't have an actual call, I might switch it up and do rabbits, squirrels, and, you know, things like that. So stay with me, folks. I'm just giving you an update. This is day 2, and I've been a little bit disappointed in how it's worked out. Not having that call kind of screwed me up. We made the best of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But woke up this morning and I had to drive an hour and a half south to Bass Pro Shop in Kansas City, and I picked up. So last night I drove around quite a bit, did some scouting. I actually seen a couple of coyotes in a field at a spot where I can hunt, and on my trail camera I've also seen a couple of coyotes. So I'm actually gonna go set up at those spots if the wind's right, and we're gonna give it a shot. So stay with me. That's what we're looking for right there. My wind is blowing this way, and I'm thinking the coyotes are gonna be over in here. I'm gonna set up over here on this point, put my call down there. I think I can just miss them with my wind to get them to either come out of that CRP or the woods. We got the call out there about 85 yards. I'm sitting on the corner I showed you guys earlier. I've already ranged everything. That bale over there. That bale over there is 85 yards also. That bale down there is 200 yards. I got the wind blowing straight in my face coming this way. Pretty good setup, I think. I've got the crows believing it. Didn't take very long. Hopefully that tips off a wily coyote. It's definitely not a bad sign. I always feel like I'm sneaking into my mom and dad's house as a teenager whenever I go to pick these up out of the field. After I get done calling, I wait about 10 minutes before I go out in the field to grab it, just in case. I think we called there for 35-40 minutes. On to the next. I need to find me a turnip. I'm getting hungry. Here's one. This one looks a little better. Oh. Yeah. Dirt and pesticides. I love it. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly-dee. There they are, standing in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Big one, small one, some the size of your head. I was telling my wife how eerie it is to come out here. I know that there's nothing out here that's gonna bother me. Not a coyote, a bobcat, really anything. Except for mountain lion, cougar. But if the 0.00001% chance that mountain lion gets on my trail and wants to mess with me, it might win. But I also might win. I'm really in no way, shape, or form worried right now. And I'm excited about the stand. It's about 400 yards up in front of us. I'm gonna keep my light down until I get everything set up. It's nice getting away from regular life. This should be regular life. Living off the land. I'm not eating coyote, if that's what y'all are wondering. I love this shit more than fishing. That's hard to say because I absolutely love fishing. Nothing better than tracking them down and getting a big old bite. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll have some fun. There's a coyote right there. It's back over there now. I thought I smelled a skunk. There's a skunk right over here. Let's check the regulations on that real quick. Come on, he's not gonna stay there forever. No hunting, skunk, November 15th to February 28th, any number. Hunting methods allowed. Rifles, shotguns not larger. Dogs can be used, electronic calls. Perfect. Got Grandpa's old 16 gauge right here. Sorry about the mess in my car, I've been living out of it. He's down. That just sums up the trip. I mean, let me get you guys turned around. That just sums up the trip, honestly. I mean, we still have tomorrow, but you gotta be kidding me. I hunt and sit. I see a couple coyotes tonight. Other than that, I hadn't seen anything. The only thing I'm walking away with, unless I get something tomorrow, is a skunk. Oh, Pepe Le Pew. Got the pew pew. I had to check the regs on skunks because I've never hunted them before, but it worked. Dropped him like a bad habit. My wife's gonna be so mad. What is the taxidermist gonna say when I go walking a striped skunk in there? Calculating, sorry. He's gonna hate me. The landowner here is gonna love me though, getting a skunk out. I smelled him earlier when I was coyote hunting down there, and I mean, just a faint little smell. Whew. I can't end on a skunk. Fin and field. Fin and few. I know. That was lame. Well, folks, that's gonna do it for my 2-day trip. It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna say that it was the most action that I've had on most of my hunting trips. However, we didn't get skunked, or we did, depending on how you look at it. And I just want to say a special thank you to the landowner and his family. Very gracious, very kind. The fact that they allow me the opportunity to come up here and enjoy the outdoors, it means everything. So stay tuned. I'm gonna try and put out another video here soon, and hopefully bring you guys some more action. Stay blessed, folks. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly-dee.